Hello, everyone. This is Becky here at Aunt Beck's Creations, and we're going to do kind of a mix of stuff tonight. I've got the composition journal out, and I thought we could do a 2-page spread in it. I don't know what we're going to do about the shadows. I'm really having trouble figuring out what I can do to get rid of all these shadows, but hopefully it won't be too awful. But this is... I'm probably going to say it wrong, but I will put a link in the description box after we sign off. But this week, June 1st through the 7th, is Nature Journaling Week, I believe. And each day they have a theme, if you will. So today, for June 1st, it's appreciation is the word of the day. And so you're supposed to appreciate something in nature. So what I did is I went out and I picked a bloom off my gardenia bush. And I wish y'all were here because it smells divine. So I thought maybe I would sketch a gardenia on my page as part of it. And then I'm kind of combining the whole nature art journaling thing along with make sure I'm saying it right, Linda Berry's technique in a composition book. So this is my composition book that I worked in the other day. And so I thought I would just add to it. So I'm thinking I already have this rectangle right here that I might just lay my gardenia off to the side and just do a little pencil sketch in this rectangle that's here. On the other page, this is something I saw on Pinterest that I printed off, and I decided to add it to my page. Hi, Carol. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Deb. Hi, Ruth. So my camera is doing the whole in and out thing, and that's going to drive me bonkers. So let me fix that real quick. And again, I'm sorry for the shadows. It's an issue we're going to have with me filming in the evenings, I'm afraid. I don't know what to do to fix it. I don't know if maybe opening the curtains would make it better or worse. Let's check. I'll have daylight for a little bit. I don't think that's helping much at all, but we'll see. All right. Got the curtains open behind me now. I don't know if that's better or worse, but anyway, I'm going to just kind of set this off over here where I can see it. And so the word for June 1st was appreciation. And when I put the links in below after I get off from here, I'll go find that nature. There's a video to watch. There's a website with a podcast on it. And then there is the list of the words for each day for the nature journaling. So it's a 7-day thing, but you can start a journal in the 7 days and then just continue it. And each day they're going to have activities. I have not watched all of it. I just wanted to bring it to your awareness. So you could go check it out. If you would like to start a nature journal, it looks like they said they're going to go back to the basics. So it would be really good for somebody that's just wanting to get into art journaling. Let's see. Looking down through. Hi, Sue. Susan Gerald's here. And Ruth. Janet. Hi, Janet Baum. So I guess I'll start by doing my best at sketching a gardenia in my rectangle here. So I'm limiting my space, and I'm going to set this. It's going to start wilting. I have water here. I might set it in the water. That'll give me a different perspective. And it's causing a shadow. So maybe I need to put the flower over here. Okay. I don't know what look I'll have doing this, but you could sketch anything in your yard if you want to. If you're not comfortable sketching it, you could look up a picture of something in your yard or something you saw that's natural or nature-wise, just print it off and put it in here, or if you have a sticker or any of that. I do have these additional little things I'm going to stick down in here in a minute. But first I'm going to do my best at this gardenia. They're kind of a funny little flower. They got lots of petals inside. So let's see. See if I can see. He does have some little things in the middle, but it's 93 degrees out, so they've all kind of drawn in on themselves. I was hoping for a more open one, but it's not what I got. So let's see if I can do this in front of y'all. I'm not real good at sketching in front of people. And it's going to be real light for just a minute because I'm just kind of setting it in here. And it's got another one coming down. I was watching a movie on Netflix with, now I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name, but it was all about turning. The man that broke the Enigma code in World War II. And so I was watching it and almost lost track of time. And then it just has additional petals on the inside. I know you can't see much right now. That's Callie with a catnip ball, so she's going to probably get loud with it. All right, that gives me kind of an outline. I'm going to move the flower so I don't dump it and get this where I can see it maybe a little better. So it does have a little bit of little stamens on the inside. And then it's got all these petals. They kind of come up and cup up. I don't know how I'm going to color this because it's white. I was going to try to stick with just colored pencils. It's just got a lot of little petals that just keep curling in here. And I don't think a white pencil is going to show up here. No. A gardenia is hard to do. All right. Give me just a second. You can see it, kind of, sort of. Is that fun? Here. Go get it. She's kind of looking at me like, that was rude. And I just want a little brush. And I need to get some water. I'll be right back. Y'all having a stare down? All right. No fighting. No fighting. Not when I'm live. No fighting. So my water stinks, and it's so bad I can't drink it. It's like drinking out of the swamp right now. So yeah, I bought water to drink. Oh, and these are a new favorite of mine. It's the Gatorade Zero, but it's the Glacier Cherry. And when you get these really cold, they are so good when you come in out of the yard from like yard work. I'm just going to put a little bit of white paint on my drop paper. And I'm just going to kind of scrub this in here, cover up some of my lines. Now, I did go through my composition book and I glued 2 pages together because when I did my first page, I didn't like how thin it was. Now, some people like that. And I have watered this down a little bit. The paintbrush is falling apart. I must have left it in the water too long. So I'm just kind of scrubbing some paint into. And mine's not going to look exactly like the flower because I'm not a realistic kind of person. I just want to get it close to where it looks kind of like what I'm aiming for. This has a no, Tip, I'm busy. No, Tippy, no. No, Tip, move on. Go through. Move on. He's sitting over there all butt hurt. Yeah, I have a white Posca, but it's the real fine tip. So that's why I went for the paintbrush. Just bear with me. Hopefully it won't take me too long. This is the only thing I was planning to draw and paint in that's, and I'm not going all the way to my pencil line because I'm going to put a little shading here and there. Do my best to make it look like a gardenia. This gardenia is planted between the walk-in door and one of the pull-down doors of our garage. Scott really hates it to be there because it grows out and gets in the way. So when it starts cooling off again, I'm going to try to move it to the front yard. Thanks, Deb. That's what I was going to say is I need a shading. I usually go for a light blue, but this has some yellow on the blooms, just in the very front part of them. So I might use a little yellow on them too. We'll see if it looks anything like a gardenia by the time I'm done. But that show I was watching was really good, and I got sidetracked, or I would have already put the link in my description box. I was going to come in here and get it all set up and everything. So no plumber yet. He's coming tomorrow, they say. And yeah, I went back to my nurse practitioner and she said, I sound good, that everything sounds good. I did not talk to her about my leg yet. I'm kind of putting it off. After the care I got kind of in the emergency room, I'm not too keen about wanting to go in anywhere for surgery to get that torn meniscus taken care of. Just not there right yet. That's the kind of thing I have to psych myself up for. So I'm just laying in some kind of base color, and I'm getting a little bit of what looks like lines in the back, but that's some lines that I had put on the pages that are glued together. Because I did that thing where Dee Dee said if you have trouble putting something down on your page, just put anything, and I'd gone through this before I glued pages and made shapes like rectangles and circles, and we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. So I'll finish watching that movie after I sign off because I can't seem to go to sleep before midnight. So we'll see how long I'm on here and that kind of thing. So who all is doing a composition book project? I know that Paint Girlie said she pulled hers out and worked in it. And like I said, I started this composition book with Dee Dee a couple years ago, and it keeps getting put back on the shelf. Thank you guys, Mina and Janet, for asking for the thumbs up. Thank you. He's kind of a funny flower. They're not the easiest to paint. But it's what is blooming in my yard. So who watched The Verdict? Looks like Johnny won. But in that whole thing, I don't think there was really any winners. It's just maybe now they can move on and, get on with life. All right, so I'm going to get some yellow or a little pink and a little pink. Let me see. Oh, why do I always grab the ones that have not been opened yet? Have not had another episode with the blood pressure, which is good. Yeah, I think she made a lot of really poor choices. And I think they were two that should have never been together. They were like two very opposites. Like, they should have never been together. Sometimes that happens. Some people just don't mix well with the others. So yours waits for a spirit to move you as well. I understand that, Mina. All right. So these actually have a little yellow just like out on the edges of them. So maybe I'll pick up a little white and mix with this yellow. Pick up a little bit more white. So it's just a little yellow tinge. That yellow is pretty strong. Maybe I need a bigger brush. This one's really small. Let's grab a bigger brush real quick. I had so much fun with my sister, and she took me into a store called Home Goods. Have y'all ever been in a home goods store? Oh my word. That's where a gnome followed me home. I had to bring him home. He was on the clearance rack and I just couldn't leave him there. So I'll show you my new gnome to my addition. I'm going to mix a little of this up. And this has got, the petal is, but I think you're right, Riri. I think she's going to have to learn to be a waitress. Basically, she was way too young to marry a man that old. Johnny is my age, marrying some 20 something. I never understand men that do that. They're married, they get a divorce, and they marry somebody young enough to be their daughter. Like when she was on the stand, I probably shouldn't talk about it, but I'm going to. When she was on the stand talking about how she was taking care of Lily Rose, and I'm like, she's just about your age. I mean, who are you taking care of? And I think she can take care of herself. I just was amazed when she said that. I was like, what? Who are you kidding? I did watch some of it. It's like it's in your face. I'm glad it's over. Now maybe something new will pop up on my offerings, how you're offered up all that stuff. It's like, ugh. I don't know if this even looks like a gardenia. I think Scott went out to help Greg. Greg's trying to get his car back together so I can have my car back because he's been driving my car to work. At his new job. I think he's ready to have his own car back too. Don't start a fight, Cole. Tippy's up here being a good boy. You don't have to be a jerk. It's so hard to see white on white. I think she just wanted to use his connections, quite frankly. I think she was using him as a jumping off point, or to say. And I think they were both mean to each other. But that's just me. Because some of those text messages, man, if Scott said anything like that to me, I'd be out of here. But I agree. This is a weird looking gardenia. And what I'll do is when the paint dries, I'll come in with my Bic pen and just make some lines to give it some definition. And I think, hey, you better not mess with his sister. He's coming to get you. Cole, back off. Please don't start something, guys. Oh, look, Mom's live. Let's have a cat fight in the middle of it. What's worse, dogs or cats? Hey, Scott, I got a cat fight about to start in here. Callie's like, no, there wasn't. Daddy, Mom's lying.
Tippy, were you in the middle of this?
Nope, it was her and Cole.
Where's the Cole, asshole?
I don't know where he went.
I see.
I've taken to calling him Dick or Richard. He just comes in from the bonus room to stir up poo. Hi, Angie. Hi, Joyce. Yeah, I went back to my original time that I used to do when I was up in Greenville. And because Scott's on third shift now, and everybody seems to be on in the middle of the day. So I said, you know what? I'm going to just go back to my evening time, and hopefully everybody can come for that. And I might go later than I normally do. Those little stamen things are just little, they look kind of brownish, but I don't know. We'll see. Let's they've got real slick, shiny leaves. I'm just gonna pencil some in here. What's not working, darling? Oh, your desktop? All right, let's use colored pencil. And I'm just using some that I got at the thrift store. Just kind of laying in some lines. And I'll look at the chat here in just a minute. I figured I'd just add some leaves to fill in the background, and then I can fill it in more with maybe just blue. Now, the plumbers will be here tomorrow. At least that's what they say. So I probably won't get to come into Ann's. Luckily, last week I got to come in because they didn't show. I don't know if that's lucky or not, but it is what it is. I sharpened these, and I think I got too much of a point. Colored pencils are better if they're a little bit dull point, because you don't want it to make a line, unless you're drawing with them and you do want a line. But most of the time, what you want is to be able to flatten it out, is what I call it, is flattening it out. So you're getting color down, but it's nice and smooth. And I try to use about 3 different values or shades or whatever in each thing I'm doing. No, Tippy. No. Go. I'm busy right now. I'm going to boot you guys off my table. Nobody invited you up here. That gardenia's making it smell so good in here. And now if I wanted to bring my Posca in, I could really whiten this flower up too. Let's see. I need a much greener one. Maybe this one here. Oh, thank you, Riri. Colored pencils are on the slow side, but I kind of like that because I feel like you can control the color. If you think about it as working in layers and not putting all your color down. Do y'all get Barb Owen, the newsletter she puts out? Do y'all get it? I've been posting some links from her newsletter, basically, that I thought were really interesting that others might like to see. And if you'd like to sign up for her newsletter, you can do it at howtogetcreative.com, I think it is, and sign up for the newsletter because she has some really interesting projects. And the one that she inspired me so much about is it's crocheted mandalas around a clay disc. So my sister and I are going to get together, and I told her I would buy the clay and give her a little bit toward electricity, and she said, nah, just come over and we'll play. So because my sister's a potter, for anybody that doesn't know that. So I want even lighter green. So I'm going to use 4 shades because these leaves are all different values. So I might make some. This is, I think, a neon green. Arctic lime, it says. Oh, I just broke the tip. That's fine. Colored pencils, it's all about the layering. Go on light and add up. If you try to put too much color down all at once, it'll look like you did this. But if you do it on the side and you just kind of do little round movements, it's so much better. And you get that layering look. And for me, when I'm working in this journal, it's all about just taking my time, just thinking about things. It's a way to mull things over on my own in my mind. And as I'm working, I'm thinking about things and coming to conclusions and that kind of thing. It's not always about ending up with the perfect drawing either. It's about working through things in your mind or sorting out your day, however you want to think about it. All right, so I'm going to put a little blue in the background. And when I'm going to put the blue in, I'm going to put this shade kind of just toward the edge. Just kind of go in and add a little bit right at the edge of my rectangle. Just at the edges. And I'll turn my book just so I can keep my hand in the position it wants to. You might want to come up a little bit farther in. But I like to put like a darker shade near the edge of a rectangle and then bring the lighter shade in around the flower. But like I was going to say, is I'm going to go and do some discs up with my sister and she'll fire them when she does a firing. She's hoping to be healed enough to go to the great big kiln firing next month. But she's supposed to take it easy for up to 6 weeks, so I hope she listens. I ought to see if she'd do an interview with me and show me, do it like a tour of her studio, because I think y'all would like that. She does a lot of Roman period pottery, oil lamps, plates, bowls, tea bowls. I have one of her tea bowls. All right. So see, I just colored around the edge. It's so hard to see this on white, but this is what we've got so far. All right. Let me see if I can find the lighter blue. Now, when I move on to the next color, I go over what I've already put down. So it's layered, the colors there. And then I just work in toward the middle. And I'll work in around these flowers. Not putting a lot of pressure because I don't want lines around there. At least not just yet. And you can add to your background. You can go in and just do little dots in the background here and there if you want to add some interest. The background behind the flower. See, I'm getting some lines. That's because I got too much of an edge. And I don't think I can scrub them out too good. I can avoid getting in the paint. That would be good. Now you could take, if you had leftover paint that's just sitting there, you could take and scrub it onto another page or add a little color somewhere else on your page that you have here. But I'm just going to try to avoid it. I put out a little bit too much paint. And I don't want to take, a whole hour on one flower. I didn't even read the quote that got put on this page. This is awful dark down here. Let me see if I can maybe darken this up a little bit to match the others. That's good enough. I think it's pretty dry, so I could come in with my big pen now. Hey, Beth. Hi, Kathy. Janet, Riri, Angie. Hi, Mary Lou. Hi, Barbara. Barbara says, hi, Aunt Beck's Creations et al. All right, these are Bit Crystal. I got these probably at Dollar General because this is what Dee Dee uses to go over paint. Hi, Sherry. So I'm going to try to bring this. It had a few little stamens sticking out from the middle. So we'll just put those on there. This is we'll see. We'll see if this ends up looking like a gardenia when I get done outlining it. And again, I'm not going for realism because I'm just not there. So I think we need to put the word on here, appreciate. I think it's appreciate is the word that they had for today, for June 1st. And there's a whole list. And this is a worldwide event. And I think it's based in Australia because they said they're going to have some live gatherings online that you can participate in. So I need to go over my edge here. Now, if you go and you think about Linda Berry, she likes to put little borders around. So if you wanted to, we could border just our rectangle of this gardenia before we do anything else. So what I'm going to do is because this is graph paper, I'm going to come 2 blocks down and I'm just going to do another line. Doing it kind of sketchy with this. And then I want to do 2 lines out. And then my corner will be where those 2 meet. I'm just doing a little frame. And I have used Sharpies and Posca pens in my journal. I just, if I was doing single pages, like my first page in here is a single page. See how floppy it is? And I know Tanya said that's what she likes, is to do the floppy pages. But I kind of like the stability of 2 glued together. And I did learn that sometimes water-soluble stuff is not a good idea. I'll show you what I mean. It kind of makes things run. I like the way this looked, but I have one page where it really went bad. I wanted to show you. So test your stuff before you put it in your book. I know here. See how this made everything run? That's because I used a water soluble on top of a water soluble. That was not a good idea. So just be careful with that. All right, so I've got a little border around here. Now I could play with the squares and do just a grid around here. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean, Jelly Bean? I could use a colored pencil. Let's see. What color should we do? Let's see. I'm going to look at the colors that are in this picture that I printed off. And I was going to read this to you. When you follow the crowd, you lose yourself. But when you follow your soul, you will lose the crowd. Eventually, your soul tribe will appear, but do not fear the process of solitude. I liked that. I kind of like that she's got a dark purple in her dress. So I think I'm going to use this fine touch. I think this is a metallic. And I'm just going to fill in the grid. This will take time. Did Mary come in? Hi, Mary. And Marty's here. Mary had fluffy waffles. So this is kind of a combination project of Linda Berry and composition book stuff, like syllabus, like her book, Dee Dee Willingham's work, And the theme for this week is nature journaling. And I'm going to put a link in the description box for anybody that just came in of this week's prompts. There's a daily prompt, and it's just a 7-day event for nature journaling. And I thought how fitting it popped up after I had posted something about, somebody had posted, oh, it was one of these. It was one of these, and I didn't print it off, but it said something to the effect of, no amount of sleep will help if it's your soul that's tired. And I said, when my soul gets tired, I go out in the woods, because that's where I find rejuvenation, out in nature. So that's when Scott and I head to the mountain. Go look at a waterfall and just sit in silence and watch the waterfall. Boy, that speaks to my soul. All right, so the next row I'll skip. And see, I'm going to make a checkerboard here. So how boring is this? You're getting to watch me color in squares. Woohoo! So what's everybody been doing today? Ugh, weeds. I need to go get some mulch so I don't have to battle them so hard. Ugh. My focus this week has just been getting food prepared. I did get the lawn mowed because I just knew after the holiday weekend the yard control people would be going around. So I got out on Memorial Day and mowed the lawn. And then I saw on our Nextdoor app thing, I don't know how many of y'all are on Nextdoor for your neighborhoods, but there was a lady on there that said she got a notice, and she's disabled and she's 74 years old, and she was asking if anybody had a scythe that could come over and bring the scythe for her to do her grass. And then somebody in the neighborhood, the new neighborhood behind, said, let me get with you and I'll just bring my riding lawnmower over and mow it for you. So there is goodness still out there. You know, people looking out for each other instead of always worrying about and turning your neighbor in. That, for the life of me, I do not understand. Turn your neighbor in for long grass. You don't know what somebody's going through. You don't know, what's happening. Like that lady's disabled. She can't mow her own lawn. She's probably on Social Security. They don't even ring your door to ask, is there any way we can help? They just leave these nasty notices. They call them friendly reminders, but I find them nasty, especially to somebody that's struggling. So I'm glad a neighbor, I was about to do it and just say, I can bring my push mower over and I'll do it for you. Do you need what's on the printer?
Yes.
I will get it for you.
Thank you.
Scott and Greg are working on something. I think Greg's trying to get his air conditioning parts all put back on his car. So when you're doing this Linda Berry thing, technique, not thing, it's a technique. Just break your page up, put some elements on it. Then you can draw something else, or you can add, like I'm going to add these. I've got a butterfly and then this buggy creature here. I might put this one down here and then maybe put the butterfly kind of buzzing. And then you could put a tail on the butterfly, to go across the page and maybe write a message along the butterfly's tail. Maybe another quote could be just written along the trail tail. The tail trail? Yeah. I finally got my medications squared away finally. So everything's correct again. And I got some allergy medicine, and I'm going to take that tonight. And I think I'm going to probably sleep really well. Oh, poor Dad. This schedule's going to kill him. Hate it. I got the cats a new toy at Home Goods. They sell all kinds of stuff at Home Goods. But the little gnome that followed me home is a tiny little cookie jar, and it was supposed to have chocolate chip cookies in it, but I swear they taste more like English shortbread, Scottish shortbread, butter cookies. I didn't taste any chocolate chips in them.
I'll bring you a bill.
You'll bring me a bill? Oh, thank you. It says minimum due. It says we have a negative balance.
Oh. How's that? Let's see. Oh.
It says we overpaid $59.90.
Oh. Says if you don't receive payment date, blah, 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 blah.
We'll tell them yeah.
Yeah, that's for your viewing pleasure.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, goodness. I know, this is so exciting. I'm just coloring in the squares. And I didn't bring any glue over here, so I'll have to get up here in a minute so I can glue my critters down. So if you wanted to add journaling, you could draw you another box. And if you want to set aside a place, draw another box to hold some journaling. So that's what I'm thinking. I might just put a box here to write about my gardenias, and it's June, put the date in it. It's Nature Journaling Week, and maybe put the prompts down for the week. Maybe I can look it up on my phone. And then I'll put the link in the description box for anybody that's watching in the replay. Let's see. I think it's called Nature Journaling Week. All right, hush. Close the TikTok. Welcome to International Nature Journaling Week 2022, and the channel is Journaling with Nature here on YouTube. If you go to that video, it has the links and let's see, the themes. Today for June 1st was appreciation. Tomorrow is sharing. The third is creativity. The fourth is inspiration. The fifth is confidence. 6 is care. And 7 is celebration. To learn more, visit www.naturejournalingweekaltogether.com. And that's what I'll put in the description box when I get off from here. Trying to color little blocks really fast is hard. Harder than it looks with a colored pencil. If it was a marker, it would be easy, but I I wanted to use colored pencil. More than anything, I want everybody to know you can journal with just some inexpensive Crayola. You could get the super tips or you can use colored pencil. The thing I like about colored pencil is, say I journal in this area, then I can go in with my colored pencil. I always do it in the reverse, in that I don't color the square and then try to write on it, because these pencils have a little bit of waxy, substance to it. The big pen would probably still write on them okay. But what I do is I go ahead and put my information down. And then once it's all down that I want, then I'll just shade the whole area. I'm not staying in the lines very well, but it's my journal. If it's not completely perfect, it's okay. It's not like I pull these out and share them with everybody that comes in the house. They're not like tabletop material. These are my journals, so doing the best I can as I go here. Now I can come back and maybe add another color to my grid, or I can leave those squares white. I haven't decided yet, so I think I'll just leave it, and then if I decide I want to come back, maybe add black to it, so it's black and purple or white and purple. If it's white and purple, I'll just leave it because it's already. All right. So let's see. I'm not going to put these on until I do this other, because I want to put on here. Let's pick a place to do a journaling area. Maybe I'll do right here. We'll do June 1st. There's something in the book that's making everything 2022. Day 1. And I think I said it was today's word is appreciation. I figured I can do this for 7 days. Let's see here. Appreciation. A. APPRECIA TION. International, I'm going to put in here, International Nature Journaling Week. And I've already put 2022. Maybe put this around it. Little frame around 2022. And then I can you can do all kinds of borders. I'm going to aim toward the more squarish. And because I've got this lovely grid, and maybe do a second line. And you do have to kind of scribble every once in a while if your pen gets a little boogery nosed. Whoops. Well, I'm going to go with it because that's where I started coming down. Maybe do that. Maybe some little dots. Okay, and then I'll take my pencil. Let's see. I'm going to pull another color. See, that's what you can do is you can pull colors out of your whatever picture you decide to stick on your page, whether it's a picture with a quote or if it's just like a magazine image. I have not done bits and bops yet. I've spent all this time trying to draw this gardenia. Let's see. There's a kind of a salmon pink, or I could do this yellowy orange. So here's a yellow. And here's kind of an orange. I'm trying to dull my tip down just a little bit. And again, I'm going to do the darker color of the two along my edge. Scott's trying to do all the things and be all the things, and I think he's getting tired. He's trying to help Greg. Greg's so tired. And see, I just go right over my letters because I'm putting the pencil down later. I don't have to worry that the pen isn't going to write. And I do bring my color up into my letters, my darker color, because when I start going over it with the yellow, you'll see how it blends. I just like how it does. And again, I'm doing kind of on the side of the pencil in circular motion. But the best way to do these pages is bit by bit. Don't try to plan your whole page out. Do an element and color it in and do it. And then you can work to connect everything. All right, that was that orange. And now I want to use this yellow. And I'm just going to go over the orange. And it'll fill any white space that's left. There's something in this journal that's making it not want to color in a certain spot. And I just like how this looks. All right. When I get this filled in, I'll look at chats. If you have a question, I'm fixing to come out. And I'll look at chat and let my arm rest. I know we can't all do everything that pops up, even though we wish we could. But anytime I come across something like this International Nature Journaling Week, it's a week-long project. And, you know, maybe you have a lighter week than before. Maybe you can jump in on this. Even if you do just 1 or 2 days in your own journal, it'll get you started. Or if you want to start a new journal that's just for nature, and then you just periodically want to do something, you can do that too. So I'm going to use this pencil, and I'm going to do my my wavy line words. Thank you so much, Janet. Thank you. No weird undercoat. Yep, you do your writing first and then color over it, then you don't have that problem. Now, if you wanted to come back with like a Posca pen and maybe put some highlights on your letters, you could do that. Like I might come in and do something with the word appreciation. Maybe I'll darken it with a Posca pen. I just don't want to do that while I'm working on the page because Posca takes time to dry, and I am notorious for sticking my hands in it or rubbing my arm through it. And like the other day when I was working with Carol and Ann, it was like, where'd this blue paint come from? I mean, I just kept getting blue paint on myself, which this is the page I completed for anybody that didn't see it on Instagram or Facebook. But this is the one I did with Ann and Carol Sunday morning. So this was a lot of fun. It was kind of like a prompt game. So if you go to Ann Lars's channel for last Sunday, you can see how to do this page. And it was fun. And she talks about the book it's in. So you might want to check that out if you're just getting into journaling and want to look at a different technique. Yes, who was it that was showed a picture? Was that Biddleson? She had a skunk in her yard. He's saying he's sorry for aggravating you, Daddy. He said, Mommy won't let me pay with her paint.
I don't know why I would want to hold a little cat.
Say, Mommy hurt my feelings, Dad.
Well, you aggravated me.
Oh, Angie had to go. Oh, sorry, Angie. Bye.
Kitty, you can be a nuisance.
Yes,
You
he
know that?
can.
Just hold you like a baby all day? Okay. Can I get
Oh, goodness, y'all are chatty.
See you, buddy. Daddy gotta go to work. Start loading on.
Oh, you've got lunches in the fridge, babe.
Yeah.
I cooked today because I thought probably tomorrow I wouldn't be able to cook at all with the water probably having to be cut off. Of course, it's no good to cook with anyway right now.
I'm so exhausted.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry.
I so need like a week off.
Well, you need to put in for it and tell them you're taking one. Just tell them you're taking a week off, that you're ill. Yep, the cat's not homeless if it's like hanging out. We've got the neighbor's 2 cats. They stay with us mostly in our driveway now because we'll give them something to eat. Because when we give them something, they're ravenous. It's like they never get to eat. Well, now they've turned out the litter of kittens, which is not cool. What does the red box on your name mean? What do you mean? Did I miss something? Brenda, let me know what you mean. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know what red box. Now I know if you put in at Aunt Beck's Creations or at Brenda Robertson, your name will come up highlighted just so you'll see it. If you want to get anybody's attention in chat, if you do the at symbol plus their name that they're using in the chat, it'll highlight it so they'll see it. Well, I'm using colored pencils except for on the flower. I did use some paint on it because the colored pencil just was not covering the blue grid. So I did use colored pencil on the white part of the flower, and then, no, I used paint on the white part of the flower and colored pencil on the leaves and the background. But I'm using colored pencil on the other. Yeah, they've got him working third shift. And last week, the 3 that he had put, he started with 3 young women. 2 of them ghosted him the first week, never came back. His last girl, he had high hopes for her, and then she didn't show up in complete training either. She ghosted him too and left. So
You should tell them about my side.
I will. So yeah, it's just a mess. All right, so wavy words. What I do is I start over here and I just draw one line, just any old wavy line like that. Then I'll start over here again and start and maybe go a little bit different around like this. So you have 2 lines, and they go fat and then they go thin. Now I'm gonna look up a word just so I spell it correctly, and I'm gonna write it on there. Let's see. I spelt it correctly. Gardenia is Gardenia. All right. So I think I'm going to use pencil to get me started to get my spacing. And what I usually do is I'll put my first letter and my last letter, and then the letter that's in the middle. And that way I can get everything to fit in the space that I have. So and I use the lines. So the top of the G will touch here and the bottom here. And I'm going to do capital letters. Well, I meant to. Well, maybe I'll just keep going. I think I'm going to have plenty of room plus some over. G-A-R. But I usually do, the first letter and the last letter. This will show up better here in a minute. E, N, I, and A. See, I've got all the extra space, but I'm not worried about that. All right, so now I'm going to go over it with my Bic pen. And you can do the fancy lettering, like put a second line at the back of your G. And then when we do the A, whatever's in this book that's causing the bump, it's giving me problems. And what I do is I go ahead and put a second line for the back side of this A. And I don't care if it's a little quirky. And I'm going to erase my pencil lines. Put a second line for the back of the R. I worry about Scott getting home safe in the mornings when he's so tired. I can't believe he's having to do this another week. So it's Gardenia. Garden, spell garden, and then put IA on the end. I think Barb Owen did some fancy lettering one time too. See, I'm getting an ink boogie on my pen. It's not wanting to write. It's acting like there's something on the page. Come on, write. There we go. So I got gardenia on here. So what if we just continue our lines? And we do blooms. B L O O, and then M and S. Thank you, Janet. Yes, Barb is magical. Now, I didn't know she wasn't going to be on today, so I hope she's okay. Because I know she said June 10th, 6th, and the 10th she would not be on, but I thought she was going to be on today, and I didn't see anything. So I hope everything's all is well. I know Race was there trying to fix the bathroom situation for her. See, I'm going to make that L kind of curve up around there. I've got my big white eraser behind me that I can erase all my pencil lines here. And then it'll make it look like I did this all on my own, that I just didn't have any guidelines or anything. Oh, come on. What is it about the tall letters that you don't like, pen? Okay. Now, S's are kind of fun to do the little highlight piece. I just put a little half circle there and a little half circle down here. All right, and now, before you know it, this will be all colored up. In fact, we could leave our guidelines here, and let's color in the highlighted part. Let's see, maybe a green, because that would kind of show up. I like this kind of grassy green. The part that I made a second line, I'm going to color in there with the green. And this I am just pressing firm color. And here I didn't put a bottom on my A. There we go. So what color do you think we ought to put behind our letters? I'm going to color in the whole wave along here. We could put blue behind it. What do you think? Do you think we should have a blue band come across here? Chartreuse used to be my favorite color when I was 9. You want to know why? Because it was a big word. I loved chartreuse. And then in my teens, I liked lime green. Now I don't care for lime green as much. I like the color of grass and moss. Maybe we should do a sunshine background, do a yellow band across here. We need a color that'll kind of pull both images all together. Again, you can use the image that you chose to find you a color to use on your page, just to expand the colors. Or mix 2 of the colors together. Like we could mix a different red or blue. I'm thinking blue would be cool as my background to my letters. Is it just dumb to admit that I don't know where Becky is getting the prompts? I'm not using any prompts. No prompts. The only prompt that I'm using is the word appreciation, because it's International Nature Journaling Week. Today is day 1, and the word for the day was appreciation. So I'm not using any prompts. I'm just building my page. So I am appreciating the gardenia. Here is said gardenia. It doesn't look like the picture, but it wasn't meant to. So this is what I'm choosing to appreciate on my journal page. And then I'm just adding components. So I'm adding some words that say gardenia blooms is what I'm appreciating. So I'll put that on there. We might pull something out of here and add something else about solitude, friendship, that kind of thing. No prompts involved in this one. It's just me building a page, kind of in the Linda Berry style. And Linda Berry's the one that did the syllabus book. And now I'm just coloring along my wavy line here. No, I don't have any prompts. Not doing any prompts. I did prompts with Anne on Sunday on that other page I showed. I think there's some spray on the page is what's causing me the issues. From when I did the sprays, I think that's why the pen is having trouble. It's from that spray. I decided to spray in here. I'm going to turn this, and I'm going to come back this other way on the other side. Didn't mean to confuse you. Not using, I'm doing the composition journal page, and I'm combining it with the International Nature Journaling Week that I just discovered was happening this afternoon. It popped up in Barb Owen's newsletter for today. When I do those mandalas with the clay and the yarn, I will definitely show you guys those. And I will send Barb a picture because she's the one that brought the inspiration to me. But I've got I'm going over to my sister's next week to basically make the discs for the middle of them. And then I'll have to wait until she does a firing to get them. Gentle reminder, the chat is set up for subscribers only, just so I can protect my subscribers from the nonsense of, those that we don't need to mention here. And so if you want to participate in the chat, it's real easy. All you got to do is subscribe and then wait 5 minutes. So if you got a question and you've just subscribed, you'll have to wait the 5 minutes. And if you forget your question, write it down so you can get it to me. I'm getting a lot of shadow so I don't know if you guys can even see. Let's see. The blue is not even showing up. It's showing up good for me. I don't know what to do for the lighting, you guys. I got to come up with a better lighting situation. Maybe if I turn the dining room light on, that would help. Hang on. Hold, please. The paint's drying over here. Are you protecting your toy, Howard? There's no daylight outside, so I'm going to close the curtain so the neighbors don't have to drive by going, what is she doing? Here we go. Did that help a little bit? Well, I'm still seeing shadows. But you can kind of see the blue. And thank you for the thumbs up. And if you could or would come back and leave a comment on this video, that helps too. It doesn't have to be a huge paragraph, but comments, thumbs up, all that kind of stuff helps the people that are doing the lives and the videos. So if you break down these Linda Berry pages, is what I'm getting at, and you just keep adding a component and adding a component, you end up with a really cool page in the end. So now I'm going to grab my big white eraser. See if we can erase some of this pencil line. And if it erases some of my blue, I'll just come back and kind of looks like one of those huge bubbles that people blow with the, looks like shoelaces in the bubble liquid. You know what I'm talking about? Where they pull them and the big old bubble gets made. I got rid of most of my guidelines. can always come back and add a little bit more blue in the trail. Okay. And there's no saying that you can't come back and darken something up later. So now if we add the butterfly, I've got this butterfly. I was thinking I'd put him up here. I just need some glue. I forgot the glue. And you can fill these pages way up if you want to, or you can just, get to a certain point and then stop. I'm just using glue all to glue this down. I'm just going to glue him down here. Okay. So now if we just, I'm going to stand up to do this so that I can take a break from sitting. Just give him I want to give him a tail. It just doesn't want to write. All right, fine. Be that way. Now, let's make a little mark down here where it's not going to matter and see if it bleeds through. So there's a little butterfly. He's been flitting about. So now what you can do is you could find another quote and then just write it all along his trail as kind of a hidden message. Let's see. No, I don't lick the pencil. What's going on? Oh. The cats are doing the in and out business. I can't get my drink open. Thank you, Janet. Yeah, there's the link to what I'm talking about, the International Nature Journaling Week. It's about getting back to basics from what I understood. Gosh, I can't even get this open. And they're going to have some easy things to get you into journaling. It's all to help us all just take a break from all the nonsense on the TV and the news and get back in touch with nature and calm our inner selves. Now, I broke the seal. Can I get the thing open? Yes, this is a composition book, and I did this to the cover. It was just a composition book. I started with Dee Dee January 1st, 2020. So this is a 2-year-old project I'm still working in. And I started off with the theme of growth, and it's kind of morphed into just an art journal. And now I'm going to do a week's worth of these projects using those prompts from the International Nature Journaling Week. So do we want to look up a quote to write on the butterfly's tail? Let's look up appreciation quotes. That'll tie the appreciation in. Let's look at my Pinterest of quotes, the black hole of quotes. Scott hates Pinterest. Absolutely hates it. Let's see. Somewhere I have Pinterest. There it is. Oh, and Pinterest has 37 things recommended for me. Let's go to me. And let's scroll down here to the quotes page. Oh, I save a lot of stuff. You ought to look at my lettering. I have a pin board just for interesting lettering, and there's an alphabet in there that's all these cats doing different poses for the letters. Quotes. There we are, quotes. Let's see. Oh, I like that quote, but I need one that's a little bit longer. This one says, honor the space between no longer and not yet. And that was by Nancy Levin. That one's nice. 2 things to remember in life. Take care of your thoughts when you are alone, and take care of your words when you are with people. All right. Let me write that down on my drop paper, and then I'll put it on my 2 things to remember in life. Take care of your thoughts. Oh my goodness. When you are alone. I think this pen's got issues. Okay, maybe I can get a different pen. That one's driving me bonkers. Let's see if we can do this. So I'm just going to write small. 2. What are you knocking on the floor? Callie. 2. Remember in life. Take care of your thoughts. When you are alone. And take and just follow the trail. So whichever way you drew your lines, care of your words when, and then you can turn it and go back down. You are with people. It doesn't necessarily have to be legible, but it looks cool when you put it on a butterfly's tail, doesn't it? So that's something else. Now, you can fill this up as much as you want. Ooh, rolling thunder. That's not good, Janet. I got to see what the cat has because it might be something I need later. Oh, it's not. It's that piece they rescued from inside Greg's. You cats are so busy tonight. Or you can just put a pattern in the background. You can do doodles, any of that. I'm going to put a border on this page, and then I'm going to kind of just take a break from this, and we'll go do our bits and bobs, okay? And I can finish this on my own time, and then I'll put a picture of it in my community tab. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a border on here. And when I run into something, I'll stop the border. And there'll still be some border, but I'm not going to put a line there or anything. So I'm just going to do kind of a wavy line around my page. So I'm going to stop at the butterfly, pick it back up on the other side of his wing, and then just do that across and stop where I have my banner coming across here, and then start back up here. I could hit that and then come up over here and make it look like it came back out, then go back down. Maybe I'll stop right before the lettering, start back up over here. Okay, so now I've kind of got that going on. Now, put a border around it, but let me just show you what I've done other borders just to show you. I did this little scallopy border and just colored around it with a marker. I did these oranges around this page. You know, I've used rubber stamps to make a border. I've done triangles to make a border. I showed this in my flip. I did a bunch of punched out circles and just glued them down and made a border. I drew vegetables, but then this is a wavy border. See, I could do this and do a multi-layered just stripe around my page, or I could do a rainbow stripe like I did here. Let's see. Just after you put either a line to give you a border or a wavy line, you can do anything within the wavy line area. I just did circles, different size circles around that page. So open your mind to different things. Here's some more wavy letter writing, and see if I go back over my letters with a Sharpie or a paint pen, they'll show better. Here's a wavy line. I did the, I call this the racing flags, but I did different colors around. You can do that. So you can add borders and all kinds of stuff. Some Amanda Lies did. I did flowers on that one. I have videos on my channel where we did borders together. That's more border ideas. So I'm just popping through here to show you the different borders I've already done. I like to do the wavy writing. Can you tell? So if you want to do the composition journal, like, see, this page has got a lot of doodling on it, which I might fill in the page I'm working on, the backgrounds with doodling and more colors. This was about the Kindness Rock project. That happens November 13th every year. And these were the rocks I painted. And I printed the picture off, and then I cut my rocks out. So these are ones I actually abandoned, and they've all been taken by people. So that's what I've got going on here. And so I'm going to take a break from this and let's get our bits and bobs out and work in that. Somebody give me a number between 1 and 20. The first one that pops up is the pocket we'll do. Hopefully I'll have enough in the pocket. If not, I'll add some stuff. 19. Marty says pocket 19. So everything that's in pocket 19 is going to get pulled out. This little guy I might glue in here still. I guess I'll glue him right there. Let me glue him in real quick. Then we'll do pocket 19. So if you're doing bits and bobs, get your binder or box or whatever and pull out your stuff from pocket 19. I'm just putting some glue on here. Glue. You know what's getting me underneath here is my cutting mat is under here part way. And it's causing some issues. I'm going to put this little guy right over some of my flour. And he's over my border now, but that's okay. I'm holding for a minute. Pocket 19, guys. Oh, my nose is itching. Company's coming or I'm going to kiss a fool. That's what my grandmother used to say. We might pull this back out. We'll see how late it gets. Isn't the gardenia pretty I picked? Oh, and it smells so good. All right. Let's just see what Becky's got in pocket 19. I'm just going to set this off to the side. I'm going to kind of spooge this paint up here. And I think I'm going to do postcards, and they'll be 4x6, so I can have a couple postcards made for Tanya's swap. I think you still have time to sign up. I had everything written down. Hang on just a sec. If you wanted to do the postcard swap, and I told Tanya I would swap with up to 15 people. What did I do with that stuff? I don't know where I wrote it down. And I need to mail that to Janet Nash. I think you have to email her directly your name, address, your email, and how many you're willing to swap with. And they have to be handmade postcards. They can't be bought postcards or, each one's got to be handmade. So I'm going to do that tonight. So pocket 19 is over here. So I'll just cut some bases at 4x6 and we'll work on those. Let me pull out my pocket 19. This is my binder for anybody that doesn't know. It's got 20 pockets in it, and I just randomly chuck things into them. So I'm going to pull this stuff out, everything that's in pocket 19. And we'll make some postcards. All right, that's everything that was in pocket 19. And anything we don't use goes back into the pocket 19 for the next time we play. And I'm going to stand up a while, so that can go there. So I'm just going to peruse what we have so far. This is an ATC. I might stick that in with Janet's. I told her I'd send her one of these cat zines that I made. Might stick that in. Let her have that. Focal images, we'll put there. We got some tissue paper. Somebody cut me out some things during Ann's room. Okay. I don't know if I'll put those in there. It's kind of an interesting little bit. Tissue paper, book paper. This is what I do is I kind of sort things out first. Arrow. Just to see what I have. Like I could make several postcards. Tissue. We got lots of focal images. That's not going to be a problem. There's a Royal Mail stamp. It's another book page. Some critters. Just some paper background. I'll put that with that. Oh, we've got a fortune. Never mind tomorrow. Today is the day. And that one says Autumn Blessings. Now, the pieces like this is I can get my little alphabet stamps out and we can stamp something on here for a message. There's a little bit of, that's pretty heavy though. I probably won't use that on a postcard. That just says you. That could be interesting on it. Got more funny tissue paper. A piece of my drop paper. I cut my drop paper up when it gets pretty bad. That's just a bit. This is more of excess of where we played a dirty dozen. It's pretty thick. That might get saved. There's another stamp. Got some more little squares. Painty paper. Just a piece of random paper. It's another piece of random paper. This is Becky McCauley on it. It's just an envelope. We'll put that over there. Oh, good. We got some scrapbook paper. This is good. This was a good one to pick, Marty. Got some paste paper there. Got lots of tissue. That one we might can use. It's not too fat. The Song of the Crocus Fairy. The Song of the Dandelion Fairy. More black pieces. A plain cardstock. This just looks cool here. Blank cardstock. I don't know if we can use that on a postcard or not. That's pretty dimensional. Might save those for cards. Cards? Is that a word? All right. Looks like we've got some interesting things here. Some blank cardstock. All right. So, okay. I've seen what I've got. I'm just going to shove it back over here. Not really caring if it stays messed up. We need 4x6 pieces. And I usually use just the cardboard that comes. I'm pretty sure she said 4x6. Now I'm double thinking myself. I'm pretty sure she said 4x6. Maybe I should look at Tanya's channel real quick because I don't want to make them the wrong size and then I won't have any made up for the swap. Oh. Does anybody know if that's correct? I can go to Tanya's channel real quick. Maybe. Oh, this, that, and craft. Where are you, Tanya? Tanya starts with T. All the way at the bottom of my list. Come on. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There she is. Tanya McGuire. Postcard Swap. Hush. No, I don't want to install that. Handmade postcards should be horizontal, so we have to work this way. 4x6 inches in size. Postcards should be mailed without an envelope. They have to be mailed just as they are. She needs to email an address, how many people you want to swap. And her email is below in the video. So she has a video titled Fibs Postcard Swap Summer 2022. And you have to tell her how many people you'd be willing to swap with. And your email address, your mailing address. I think that's it. 4x6. So 4x6 it is. And I think this is too narrow this way. So we have to go this way. This is the cardboard from inside the cat food. And it is relatively thin. Oh, see, it's kind of crooked, isn't it? Let's do this. Let's do. So now I know I have at least two sides that are straight. So now I can line this up with the 4-inch line. Because let's face it, in the cat food factory, they're not worried whether it's straight or not, are they? Do you want to look out the window, Howard? You want to look out? You got it. You got it. That doesn't look bad. All right, so I don't have any glue out here. So here's 2. And I'll go ahead and start making my postcards with you guys. And then when she assigns people, I'll have mine 15 ready to go. All right. And who all is playing along? Let's put something on the background. I could glue this down on here, and I could glue this down on here. That would give me backgrounds. If I ripped this in half, I could use this lady on one and this on another. I don't really, let's see, what else do I have? And I've not had any problem with my cardboard ones getting through the mail that I make. I really like this lady. Just wish this had more color at the edge. I'm going to tear this doesn't have much color on it. Okay, so let's see. What else do I have here? I kind of have to I really want to put her on there. Make me some quirky postcards. That's pretty thick there. And I kind of play around with this until I get something I kind of like. It takes me a minute, you guys. Doesn't happen. Here's this. If I were a lighthouse and you were a ship at sea, I'd shine my light through the night till you return to me. Charles Gignac. Let's see here. I might have to add a little paint or something to the background of this postcard. All right, I'm going to set this stuff aside and work on one at a time. Let's see here. What if I tear this? And glue that there. No, I need something that goes together. I think I need to paint this card. I'm going to paint this a dark blue. Yeah, because she wants it to, we're going to all bind ours together. So, and she wants the binding to be on a short side. So she said it has to be horizontal. I'm going to quickly paint this here with a dark blue. Well, honey? Jenga. Oh, you solved the Jenga? You got your lunch free?
Yeah.
Nothing fell. Did you already put your bag out? Worried about you. I know you're not feeling well. I'm worried about you so much. Love you. See you in the morning. See ya. See you, Kelly. This paintbrush is really hard. Huh? Hi, Barbara. Oh, she had to go. Sorry I missed that. I was schmooching on Scott, telling him goodbye. He's not feeling good. It's because he's exhausted. He needs to just tell them he's taking time off. For one, he doesn't get paid enough to develop training programs and then have to work this crazy schedule. But that's just a worried wife speaking. What can you do? What can you do? Not much. Just be there for support. Try to make sure he's fed. I love this color. This color is cobalt blue. It almost needed to be more gray. And here I go again. Where's that blue paint coming from? I don't really worry too much about the back of it getting ruined or messy because it's a postcard. And I don't worry about the paint messes getting on the back because it's a handmade postcard. That thing can happen. All right. I had a wet one here. I must have threw it in the trash. Hang on, hang on. Yeah, I think Tanya had some other guidelines on there about leave a little space on your back, on the bottom, on the back. But I've never really worried about that myself. And she wants to make sure we put a return address, which I rarely do on postcards. So I'll have to remember to do that. I had thought about going around where I live and getting different elements to add to the postcards. But since we're here doing this tonight, I'll start with some that are arty, and then some might have some, like maybe a picture of our local museum, which is just an old house. All right, I'm going to dry this real quick, perhaps. And Janet just put in a link to Tanya's video on the postcard swap if you're interested. I know, Mary, you said you're pretty committed with your yard work and stuff. But others might, want to join in. I think it would be cool to have a bunch of postcards from around, and they're not real expensive to mail. Even the overseas ones, I think, are 2 stamps plus an additional ounce stamp. So 2 stamps plus a 20-cent stamp is what I usually put on things to go to Janet Nash. And the thing about postcards and first-class letters, they cost you the same to mail to like Janet Nash. They cost the same, is what I think. Oh, cool. Maybe you can join. Okay, cool. I know Tanya would love it. You just gotta get your information to her. I think she said by June 6th. So if you're gotta keep that in mind. And she's got a deadline to get them mailed too. I think I said the 15th. All right, this is drying. I want to glue this onto this. Might come in a little bit with it. Maybe get away from the straight edge. This little bit you throw back in your pile because you can use it another time. So glue that there. This has got a straight edge here. We don't want that straight edge. That's how I tore it off. Let's see. I think I'm going to tear this here. Maybe get to where we have just the pink on here with the little blue splatters. Yeah. And then I want this lady. I think I want to fussy cut her out a little bit here. June 6th, and the mailing deadline's the 15th. Yep. Sounds like a plan, ma'am. And see, tomorrow, I don't know how Scott's going to get any sleep tomorrow, you guys, because the plumbers are going to be here. He's got to work tomorrow night, too. I don't know. I shouldn't worry about it until we get there, because he can sleep a little bit before they get here and then sleep some after they leave tomorrow night. I'm going to try to leave this tree intact as much as I can. Oh, she's got a collar. I almost cut her collar off. Oh, that would have been horrible. She's got this beautiful fan in front of her. Oh, look at that. Isn't she cute? Let's get some ink. Let's see if I can find what I'm looking for. right. I'm going to ink my lady here just to knock her edges off. Maybe ink that a little bit. And this is distress ink, so it might do some crazy stuff when I'm I got to try to figure out how I'm going to fit that watermelon I sliced just a little piece out of. I got to get that in the refrigerator. I covered it with some plastic wrap, but I got to get it in the fridge. It's pretty full in the fridge right now. I don't know what I was thinking. I might have to cut it all up and put it in Tupperware, in a Tupper bowl or non-Tupperware. I'm not trying to get a ton of ink on here. I just want the edges to be, see, just a little bit. Make it look like they've kind of been burnt a little bit to give it a vintage feel. I'm looking at her, trying to see what else I have here that maybe I can. She's got that pretty butterfly. All right. Oh, I kind of like that one going up. This one going sideways. And they can overlap a little bit. And then we'll have her on here. What else can we put on here? Let's see. Trying to use just what I have here. There was a clock in here. It's a watch, though. It's kind of not too hot. What else did I have? I had some other book page here. This says, hi. That's so funny. My son's here. I'm not by myself. He's 6'3". He'll take care of anybody that might come in. No problems. This is the piece I cut her off from. So technically, I'd be using the same paper. It says tires on it. Just figuring out the layering is what gets me in trouble. But after, an hour or so, I kind of figure it out and pull it together. So just bear with me. And I can put her. And then this says, hi. Needs another element. Let's just see. I really feel like it needs something behind everything. Just flick through here and see what we've got. think this is something Janet made. Oh, my goodness. I'm just looking. Just looking. I gotta fight the urge to turn it. I'm wanting to turn it so bad I can't stand it. This is what takes me so long. It's like, why can't I just pull it together? Just Becky, use the white and take off the plaid. Take off the plaid. Use the white. Not sure what you mean, Sue. Good night, Angie. trying to figure out where you're getting plaid from. This piece up here? Or was there another piece with plaid on it that I moved already? These two go together good. All right, look at the paper. What do we have here? In her, we have some blues. Blues and pinky greens. I'm making this harder than I have to. I just know I am. Meow. I'm just peeking to see what else is out here. All right. I'm just going to start gluing things down until it makes sense to me. Probably not the best method, but the red piece looks like plaid. This here, oh, it's a paste paper. It's got pink, and the reason I got it on here is because she's got pink in her. Let's see. All right, I'm going to see what else I've got in scraps. It's not pulled out of 19, but let's see if I've got something I can put kind of in the background, and then I'll just put whatever's left over back in my pocket 19. Because I got to have something else. I'm going to pull some of this tissue off here. Okay. I'm going to put this down on there. My big old bucket of Mod Podge is getting pulled out. Greg must have fallen asleep already. It's so weird because Greg has to be to work at 6 a.m. in the morning, and Scott gets off at 6 a.m. or 6:30. So I've got two guys in the house on two opposite ends of the day. Oh no, it's glued shut. Oh, there it goes. All right, I'm going to just glue this bad boy down. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad they got to you. Ann already whipped up 2 out of the kit I included. So I won't be doing a giveaway tonight because I'm going to save these postcards for Tanya's swap. So in the end, if you sign up for Tanya's swap, you might get one of these postcards. Now, to put them somewhere safe, where I won't misplace them. Okay. Okay, go ahead, roll off onto the floor because I know you want to. I don't care if it gets some folds in it. All right, do you wait for it to dry or do you rip it off? I know Packer Dye always seems to rip hers off before it has time to dry. All right. I'm just going to use glue all on this stuff here. Maybe. And I'll spread it around with a paintbrush. And stick it down with my glue brush here. And I'll look at chat here in just a sec. I get involved in these things like this and I forget to look. Yes, Sue, I know he's grown, but I still worry that they get enough rest and all that kind of stuff. I'm a caregiver. Can't stop myself. I was raised caring for my grandmother. I mean, I was 10 when my grandfather died, and my grandmother, I mean, she was 16 when she got married, and she'd never been on her own until then. And her health started going bad, and through my teen years, I was dealing with dementia, and yeah. Luckily, I graduated high school. I don't know how, but I did. It was kind of a miracle. I'm going to glue this stuff down and then set this aside to dry, and we'll work on the other one while this one's drying. And then I'll just bring it back and trim this stuff away. Depending on how long the next one takes me, I might make a couple more because it's just now 10 o'clock, so I can stay up longer. I can stay up all night, except somebody's got to be alert for the plumbers in the morning, so I guess I shouldn't stay up all night, but yeah, I know Greg's grown. I still worry about him. The right side or the left side? Right side, left side. I'm going to put the high on here too. So if I'm going to put that on there, probably needs to be on this side. And then I need something else over here. Let me see if I got a butterfly that's the same color as hers in this pack over here. It might be that we can just add another butterfly and pull it all together. Ta-da! Yeah, Greg's going to be 36 in August. Oh, look, a dragonfly. Kind of like the purple dragonfly, but let's see if we can find a blue butterfly. Oh, can't use those. They're dimensional. Poo. Hang on. Let's see what else I got in here. I thought I had a couple that were that bluish color. Oh, this is some one of y'all sent me. Hang on. Let's see what's in here. How do I get them out of there? I guess the washi tape comes off. Maybe. It's pretty sticky washi tape. Let's see what we got here. There is a blue. Oops. If I can get it to come out. It's a little blue butterfly. What other colors does she have on her? Let's draw these out. That's a cute little bag. Now I'm leaning toward these. That one shows up better though, doesn't it? The two yellow ones. She's got a pink and blue one on her head. I'm struggling with this whole concept. It's lunchtime, Crafty Karen says. Oh, I can't use those. They're dimensional. It's got to stay flat so it can go in the mail. Got these butterflies. There's some blue ones there that would kind of match her blue butterfly. I'm gonna put these in pocket 19. All these butterflies here, they're gonna stay and live in this packet. I kind of like that blue butterfly right there. All right, what I need to do here is put a little bit extra glue just so this butterfly will stay on there. I know he's got stick 'em on because he's a sticker, but we all know stickers don't stick for long, especially when they're old like these are. And I'm kind of leaning toward, maybe I need to take a blue marker, or maybe, what color marker should I take to that to kind of tie this all together? My blue background looks almost too dark now. So let's do this. I will move my lady and this aside. And I'm going to do something. Oh, I need that thing. Ouch. Stepped wrong. What is it with me and getting the packages that haven't been opened? All of my new paint's getting opened. Now that really needs to dry. Oh, please. I'm going to grab the dryer thing. I was going for a lighter splash, but we can lift some of that if I need to. Or we could like grab this. Okay. I still think this needs a color added to it. Put lots of butterflies all over it. make her look like a crazy butterfly lady. I think I'm just going to cut this out closer. A reddish orange. I want to cut it closer to the speech bubble. I'm running out of space here. Here we go. I think this is dry enough. Let's trim it. Maybe that'll help me see where I need to go next better. Whoops. Well, that didn't go so well. Because I know you want to keep the thickness down, but I've mailed all kinds of stuff through the mail. That looks better already, just getting it trimmed down. I Yeah, I'm going to glue her down, and then we'll think on the other. I said I was going to do 2 of these. I haven't even moved on to the second one yet. The bits and bobs takes me forever because I gotta. I guess I could plan it all out before I come on, but then I wouldn't have any content, would I? If you were looking for a pre-planned event, this ain't it. Got a little bit there to trim off and a little bit. Oh. I'm looking through my colored pencils. That doesn't look so stark with a little bit of color on it. That's what collage gets you. Too many things to choose from, eh? I think Anne is really good with collage. She doesn't think so, but I think she is. I think Anne does a great job with her collage. I like the high, and I like the concept of putting a lot of butterflies on it so that she's like, hi. Yeah, I was, I didn't have the life a lot of teenagers did, that's for sure. I was a caregiver even back then. Wasn't really allowed to do all that other stuff. And I'll throw these butterflies back in the pocket. So I'll have something in here next time. And I'll sign and date it so that it's signed and dated. I put that where she said to not do too heavy. Because on this side, you're going to want to be able to put the holes to bind your little book. But I think somebody could still punch through that sticker. I mean, it's just a sticker. Yes, I'm adding more butterflies. So it's going to look like she's stuck inside one of those. What are they called when they raise butterflies and then they hatch out? Oh, it's not an aviary. What is it for butterflies? I thought the New York City Garden had one of those. It's like a greenhouse, but it's for hatching out butterflies. I don't know what that's called. Yeah. Yeah, I went to school on the school bus. And I come home on the school bus. I wasn't allowed to do after school stuff because, that would put somebody out. And then church on Sunday. All right. I'm sorry for whoever's going to get this crazy butterfly woman. A lepidopterarium. Okay. She's stuck in one of those. I could put on the back. Can you get me out of here? Maybe she likes butterflies. Maybe she's the carer for the butterflies. One more, and then we're going to stop with the butterflies. Get Google Speech to tell us how to pronounce that. All right. Oh, we could put on here trapped in the lip that word, and then whoever gets it's going to have to look the word up to know what it means. Okay, we need to, let's see. This was last dated March, so let's see. It is June 1st, so let's roll this around. Did I get it to June? June. And it says the 30th. So June 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then this. No. June 16th. All right, hang on. June. Is that the 0 right there? Okay, that needs to go all the way down. And then the 1st is there. June. Oh, why are you not doing? June 1st, 2022. There we go. And then, I think I put the big pen up, didn't I? I did. Let's see. I'll just put my initials right here. All right. So we're going to call this one good enough. And I'll put in there, get me out of here. Or something. All right. We got to do one more. It's under here. We'll set that over there to dry. Yay, one done. Oh, good night, Karen. I know I'm slow as a molasses at this, but it is what it is. It's got a little head there. All right, let's do this. Let's put this down here. And I'm going to use this one. I still have to clean my kitchen up. Yes, I'm still live.
Okay.
Meow. Your cat is being bossy. Cole.
Tell her.
Hush, Cole. He's the most talkative of all the cats. These are going to be very different. Very different from one another. Oh, boy. This one's so me, though. All right. I'll put this on with the glue all instead of the Mod Podge. And I'm not going to put any Mod Podge over top of that. These cards, once the ink is all set and dry, I will probably go over them with that clear coat stuff that I like to use, just to make sure everything is sealed down so it'll mail well. That's all right. I'm still here. I'm going to have to go clean the kitchen up, and I got to figure out how to get that watermelon in the refrigerator. Oh, boy. I'm just inking the edges to cover this white bit. I kind of like the edge that it's leaving on the table. He looks like Cole, except Cole's nose is that white on the front. That looks cool there. Torn edge with the inking. All right, and I've got a little piece of black cardstock here. Maybe I'll tear one edge of this. And then what were our sayings? We have no, we don't have a lighthouse on here, and that's a postage stamp. And there's autumn blessings, but this is summer, so we don't want to put autumn on there. Thought I had another sentiment of some sort. Da, 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 da. Or maybe these guys. I don't know. Just layering stuff up here now. He needs a butterfly or something to look at. And there's some purple in his background. Well, maybe I don't have another little sentiment of some sort. I might have to stamp something out. So what do y'all think I should put on there for a sentiment? I can stamp something out because I'm not seeing anything. Or print it out with my label maker. I finally found it. I keep trying to pick these up now. Yeah, I'm going to put him on there. All right. There. Oh, oh, Harold, I was wondering where you were. Oh, no. That's hilarious. Oh, Harold, I was wondering where you were. Then I'll put a sentiment right there, some sort. All right. That one went faster. A butterfly on Kitty's nose. Well, maybe we could do that too. Let's just glue these two pieces down real quick. I can hear Greg's dog tags. He's taken to wearing them all the time. I think he misses being in the Navy. That one's too big. See, I've got these butterflies too. I think that's going to be too big. My finger's all black from spreading. Ugh. And see, after the glue dries and all of that, I can come back and I can doodle and add borders and that kind of thing if I want to. This one's going to be kind of hard to date and sign on the front because everything's so dark. Uh-oh. Lightning. I think Howard can hear things when it's way off because he'll get up and go get under the couch. We tell him he's going to his bunker. And he goes and he gets under the couch. And it can be an hour before the storm is even here. And this cat's hiding out. Oh, this is going to be forever to clean up. All right. Let's set this one aside to dry real quick. Because I'm thinking this, somebody else has done all the work. This, I'm not sure which one of y'all sent that. It says Dress a Girl 2022. So I'm not sure. I don't know if this was Ruth or I don't know. One of y'all made that. I'm going to reuse it and make a postcard from it. I'm cheating. Does that count? It's Project Dress Girl, she said. I'm not sure. Guess these are big stickers. I don't know. I think I'm going to stop because now my brain's like, nah, not wanting to do it. So all this stuff is going to go back in pocket 19 plus the addition of a few more things to bulk it back up. So next time we do this, we got to remember, don't do pocket 19 again. I'll bring this over here so I'm not having to walk across the room. Let's see, 19. If I hold it open, then I can put this stuff in easier. So, ooh, I need to do a video for Friday morning for the second to the last of our crochet along. I was trying to think of the words because all we got to do is put some borders on it now. And I've done my first kind of set of borders, but I'll share that in the video. Oh, there's the other thing, the fortune cookie. We can stick that fortune cookie on the kitty cat. It says, never mind tomorrow. Today is the day. I'm putting all this stuff in here. Shaking a little bit. All right, we'll put this back over here. I bet that envelope was from Ruth. Oh, goodness. Okay. That was funny. Scott thought he was giving me a bill to do, and it was actually a notice that we overpaid. That's all right. Overpaying is okay. As long as we don't forget it's there and don't use it until they send it back. And then you have to deal with the check and all that stuff. All right, so the kitty cat. Oh, you know what I needed out of that box is a piece of black to make this pop. I'm just trimming this down. Maybe that'll fit right there, just like it is. Ta-da! My little Xyron machine, I think, is out of sticky stuff. Let me see. Maybe not. Maybe I can throw this through here. All right. Oh, Mary's gone to bed. Good night, Mary. I missed it. Pocket 19. Yep. And I will probably come back and do some doodling and stuff on these. This one needs to be trimmed down. I wonder if it's dry enough to trim or if the scissors will just... Let's try these scissors. These seem to only stay sharp right at the tip, which I think is weird for a pair of scissors. So there's one postcard. And I'm thinking some doodling. I get the impression Greg would like to talk with Mom. I thought he'd gone to sleep. But they both make me glad I'm not working anymore. The whole environment has changed. The young people, they just walk off the job. Just walk off. Don't tell them they're leaving. Don't tell them they're quitting. They just leave. Yeah, they do, Cole. Wah. Why, honey? Did he leave you in here? You gonna play with Callie's toys? Oh, you're gonna dig that. I guess you're gonna show my cats, huh? So there's a couple postcards for Tanya's swap. Ahead a little bit. You're welcome, Mary. So I think I'm going to wrap it up. Let me get my page back over here. I'll figure out, well, maybe I can get the date on up here. Make sure I got the right one. Here in the corner. This stuff, you got to leave it alone because it stays wet a long time. And this one, I'm going to do a little bit more trimming and stuff too. So I did 2 postcards. That needed to go in pocket 19. And then I did this journal page. And I'm going to work some more on this. And I'll post a picture when it's done. So thank you guys very much. And I hope you learned a few things, got inspired, had some fun. I'm going to go clean my kitchen and get ready for bed. So thank you so much. Yep, I know. That's what they're all running into. And Greg said he's going to end up working like 6 days a week because they just don't have enough people at his new job. And up to 10-hour days. So a lot of hours. What's going to happen is all the ones that are willing to work are going to get burnt out faster. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the thumbs up and all that. And I'll see you on Friday morning. Hopefully I can get my video done for that and have it set to go live at 10 a.m. So good night.